Operations Granby and Telic. From the heavy armor of Desert Storm to the counter-insurgency of Basra. This is the complete catalog of British armor in the Iraq War. Let's start with the main battle tanks. FV 4030/4 Challenger 1, the Desert Storm champion. Armed with a 120mm rifled gun, it achieved the longest tank-on-tank kill in history during the Gulf War, destroying an Iraqi tank from over 3 miles away. It proved the superiority of British Chobham armor against Soviet-made weapons. FV 4034 Challenger 2, the Megatron, the successor to the Challenger 1, deployed during the 2003 invasion. Heavily up-armored with Dorchester armor blocks, it proved nearly indestructible, with one unit surviving 14 RPG hits in a single engagement in Basra. Chieftain Mk-1011, the Old Guard. While replaced by the Challenger in frontline service, specialized variants of this Cold War giant served in support roles, bringing their massive bulk to bear for engineering tasks. Centurion AVRE, the Demolition Beast, a World War II hull modified for the modern age. Armed with a massive 165mm demolition gun, it was used by the Royal Engineers to blast through fortifications and clear obstacles during the 1991 Gulf War. Now, the light armor and reconnaissance. FV 107 Scimitar, the Scout, a member of the CVR-T family, small, fast, and armed with a 30mm Rardin cannon. It acted as the eyes of the armored divisions, using its high speed to flank Iraqi positions and provide target data. FV 101 Scorpion, the Sting, similar to the Scimitar but originally armed with a 76mm gun. Though largely phased out by 2003, it saw service in the earlier Gulf War, using its light weight to traverse soft sand where heavier tanks would sink. FV 103 Spartan, the Carrier, the armored personnel carrier variant of the CVR-T. It carried specialized teams such as anti-air missile squads or Royal Engineers, keeping up with the fast-moving reconnaissance troops. FV 102 Striker, the Tank Hunter, a CVR-T hull armed with swing-fire anti-tank missiles. It could engage enemy armor from long range while remaining hidden behind hull-down positions, guiding its missiles remotely. FV 106 Samson, the Recovery Scout, the muscle of the reconnaissance troop. Equipped with a winch, its job was to pull stuck or damaged scimitars out of trouble in the middle of a firefight. Next, the Infantry Fighting Vehicles. FE 510 Warrior, the heavy infantry taxi, fast, heavily armored, and armed with a 30mm cannon. It carried British infantry into the heart of the battle, providing fire support that could shred light vehicles and suppress enemy troops. FE 511 Warrior Command, the Mobile HQ, a warrior modified with extra radios and map tables, allowing commanders to direct the battle from the front lines while protected by heavy armor. FE 512 Warrior Repair, the Mechanic's Ride. Fitted with a crane and tools, it operated alongside the fighting vehicles to perform battlefield repairs, ensuring the momentum of the advance wasn't lost. FE 432 Bulldog, the Workhorse, the British equivalent of the M113, an older design that was upgraded with reactive armor and electronic countermeasures to serve as a troop transport and ambulance in the high-threat environment of post-invasion Iraq. Now, the Patrol and Special Forces, AT-105 Saxon, the Battle Bus, essentially an armored truck designed to move troops rapidly. While useful in the early days for urban patrols, its high profile and thin armor made it vulnerable, leading to its eventual withdrawal. Snatch Land Rover, the controversial Patrol, a lightly armored version of the classic Defender. While perfect for Northern Ireland, in Iraq it became a symbol of vulnerability against IEDs, forcing the army to urgently seek heavier protection. Land Rover WMIK, the Desert Raider, Weapons Mount Installation Kit, a stripped-down, open-topped Land Rover bristling with heavy machine guns and grenade launchers, used by the SAS and Pathfinders for deep reconnaissance and aggressive patrols. Jackal MWMIK, the Coyote, replacing the Land Rover, this open-topped vehicle offered high mobility and massive firepower. It allowed British forces to dominate dominate the rough terrain of the desert while maintaining excellent visibility. Coyote TSV, the Big Brother, a 6x6 version of the Jackal. It traded some agility for a massive payload capacity, allowing it to carry supplies for long-range patrols deep behind enemy lines. Tinsgauer Vector, the Mountain Goat, a rugged 6x6 truck favored by special forces. Its high ground clearance allowed it to climb obstacles that would stop other vehicles, making it perfect for rapid insertion missions. Now, the protected mobility, the IED Hunters. Mastiff PPV, the Fortress, the answer to the IED threat. A massive 6x6 vehicle with a V-shaped hull design to deflect blasts. It became the new standard for saving soldiers' lives during the deadliest years of the occupation. Ridgeback PPV, the Urban Shield, a smaller 4x4 version of the Mastiff. It brought the same level of blast protection but was small enough to navigate the tight, winding alleyways of Basra where the Mastiff couldn't fit. Wolfhound TSV, the Armored Mule, the heavy support version of the Mastiff fleet. It hauled ammunition and water to the front lines, ensuring that logistics convoys were just as heavily armored as the fighting patrols. Panther CLV, the Liaison, a sleek, futuristic command vehicle that replaced the Land Rover for officers. It offered high speed and stealth with a mine-protected hull, serving as the link between headquarters and the front. Viking BVS-10, the Mud Crawler, used by the Royal Marines, a unique articulated tracked vehicle that could swim through the marshes of southern Iraq and traverse soft mud that would swallow a main battle tank. Fuchs TPZ, the Chemical Hunter, a German-built 6x6 used by the British. It was critical during the invasion, equipped with advanced sensors to sniff out the chemical weapons and WMDs that the coalition feared Saddam might use. Now, the Combat Engineering and EOD. Challenger Recovery, CRARRV. The Rhino. Based on the Challenger hull, this massive vehicle used a powerful winch and crane to tow damaged main battle tanks off the field, often under fire. Chieftain AVRE, the Breacher, a Chieftain tank modified to carry bundles of fascines, plastic pipes, to drop into anti-tank ditches, creating a bridge for other tanks to cross. Trojan AVRE, the Monster Engineer. Based on the Challenger 2 hull, this replaced the aging Centurion. With a massive excavator arm and a mine plow, it can breach complex obstacles while taking a direct hit from enemy fire. Titan AVLB, the Bridge Maker, also built on the Challenger 2 chassis. It carries the fastest bridge-laying system in the world, capable of deploying a 26-meter bridge in under 2 minutes to keep the armored spearhead moving. FE-180 Combat Engineer Tractor, the Digger, an amphibious engineering vehicle used to dig tank pits, clear obstacles, and swim across rivers, preparing the way for the main force. Shielder Mine Layer, the Denier, a modified Stormer vehicle equipped to rapidly scatter anti-tank mines to block enemy counterattacks or secure the flanks of the British advance. Buffalo MPCV, the Mine Eater, a monstrous 6x6 vehicle equipped with a robotic claw, used by bomb disposal teams to dig up IEDs from a safe distance, probing the ground before the convoys passed. Finally, the artillery and air defense. As 90 Braveheart, the Thunder, a 155mm self-propelled howitzer. It provided devastating indirect fire support, capable of firing a burst of 3 rounds in 10 seconds to suppress enemy positions before they knew they were under attack. M270 MLRS, the Grid Eraser. While an American design, it was a key part of the Royal Artillery. Firing rockets that dispersed thousands of submunitions, it was used to destroy Iraqi artillery batteries and armored concentrations from long range. Stormer HVM, the Skyguard, a fast-tracked vehicle armed with Starstreak high-velocity missiles. It protected the armored columns from low-flying Iraqi helicopters and aircraft. From the legendary durability of the Challenger to the agility of the Jackal, the British armor proved that quality often beats quantity. This is the WarDex,